This is Wrestling with Ideas.
What was it like working with top guys like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels?
A real pain in the ass. Writing television with those guys involved, it was ridiculous. I think my statement to Vince was, "You're letting the inmates run the asylum." It was ridiculous. It really was. And both those guys ought to be ashamed of the way they behaved and acted. Again, that's what happens. Sometimes you give some people rope and they'll hang themselves. Well, those two damn guys should have hung themselves because just the way they carried on with each other and the way they handled their business was really piss poor. And, those weren't great times at the box office either. We'll remember, some of the worst, the leanest years were while those guys were in that big spot. And, I love Bret to death, and Shawn and I spent a lot of time together. I had a little bit to do with Shawn's character getting over. I was the guy that came up with the idea of, ladies and gentlemen, Shawn has left the building, which used to really piss the people off, to stop a match or whatever and then make that announcement like it was some big deal. It was quite funny, but, you got to get in people's head, and that's what I was trying to do, and it did it. But, those guys worked their butts off. There's no doubt about that. But really, to behave like two school children on the playground, and as far as dropping titles and all that, really, come on, man. Give me a break.
We've heard that big heat between Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. It took a long time to get that resolved.
Yeah. I mean, it was ridiculous when you got writers sitting around a table waiting to write something, and you're having to get their permission to write. Are you serious? If it'd been me, I'd have fired both of them son of a bitches and let it go at that.
Keep updated with everything going on with Wrestling with Ideas by following us on Twitter or leaving a like on the Wrestling with Ideas Facebook page. Listen to archived episodes of the show on Podbean and the Podbean app, or take a listen on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, and Player FM. We will be back to wrestle with ideas.